All
Oh,
right. Hello, everyone. A
let me
little
go
bit
put
of a
him
late
away,
start.
actually.
Thank you
I'm on.
for bearing with us there. And let Megan go grab whatever she's got to grab, and we'll get started here. Today, we're going to cover the third list for the starting of a nonprofit and then maintaining a nonprofit. And so, what I'm talking about when you go into the live meetups area, if you drop that menu down on that collection there, and you jump into webinars and Q&A sessions where you see the live icon because that's where this class is hosted. If you jump into the replays here, excuse me, you'll see our class right here at the top, the action plan for your nonprofit, a step-by-step guide. And if you jump into this overview right there, you have our first list. And so we've gone through all of these steps that we're able to. The IRS is taking a really long time to finalize my paperwork. I've been given 501(c)(3) status, but I only have half the paperwork. And so I'm going to have to try to call again, but I've tried calling and they said, sorry, we have so many calls. We're not going to take your call. Try again another day. And I'm like, okay, there you go. So we can't move forward with steps 8, 9, and 10 until that full 501c3 status has been papered for the Collectively Rewilding Foundation. So what we've been doing instead is going in and working on the lists that we've been putting together. And let's just X out of that. No, I think I may have given you your own tab. Hold on one moment. Now it's going to take me just a little bit to find you. No, it's right here. Okay, excellent. And so what we've been working on is the secondary and third list for more of the maintaining, growing, maintaining, all of the things that have to be done. Last week we covered list 2 here and went over this in pretty deep detail. And so now we're going to do the same thing with list 3 because we have to make sure that this matches what Megan sees it as, right? And I swear I had gotten it prettied up. Oh, I do have it prettied up. Okay, so we're actually going to go back and let's go help too. Sorry, I'm just getting used to this material myself. It's brand new here in the community and there's just been so much going on lately. Okay, so here is the second list, I believe, that we just worked on. No. Okay. I know that I put them in there. I put them at the top. Now I'm getting really confused. Okay. Hold on. I need to talk to the person that puts the information in here really quick. Megan, I'm going to let you take over while I figure out where that list is.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank
I've got it. Everybody, this is Molly. She's going to do our class with us today, I guess, because she doesn't seem to be going anywhere. All right. Well, she's got her screen shared. How's everybody? Hey. um, where did we put that other list? One, two. Oh no, they're both right there. No. Yeah, yeah. Well, let me see if I can get it. No, I don't want that in my face, please. Um, can I put you down, please? Don't hurt me.
This is, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
am I allowed to speak on here?
You are, you are.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Gavin Mayo. It's my first time joining one of these calls, so I just wanted to say hello.
Hi, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you very
Any call,
much.
any of the calls, or just this call specifically that hurt?
Any of the calls. It's
Oh,
the
okay.
first
Oh,
time. Yeah.
what an experience for your first time. Hey,
Well, I just
hey.
got here, so I just wanted to say hello and thank you. So just to introduce myself. I could probably lead the class here if you guys want me to take over. If you want me to discuss this, I'm an expert on nonprofits and everything and how to structure all these things. But I'm just going to kind of sit back and relax and watch right now. And I'm here to gain knowledge on how to maximize getting the grants because that's the goal. I want to, the next nonprofit that I start, I want to maximize the grant ability. And so,
Oh,
really
yeah,
excited
you
about
and I
that.
need to talk.
Yeah,
You and I need to talk. Okay. Can you not?
Well, you guys
looks like
can take it over for now because I have to find this and I can't find it. So I'm just going to stop my share and let you guys
Okay.
talk.
All right. No, I'm good.
yeah.
I think I know where it is actually. I'm
I
not
do
sure.
have a question. I don't know
Yes.
if I could ask. So I'm new to Lesco myself. This is the first one that I've joined. I'm not exactly interested in a nonprofit, but I wanted to see how you guys work through things. Is there a nonprofit that you could create for a personal need, or is it what kind of nonprofits do you,
A nonprofit organization is for community um it's for the community in general. But there, I mean, if you had like a for-profit business and a nonprofit, if that's what you're asking, or are you asking for like individual, like personally for yourself?
Well, yes, because the reason I joined Lesco is 2025 has been an awful year, and I have worked maybe a quarter of what I've been able to work for the past 20 years, and it's made it so that I'm about to lose everything. So I was just curious if there was a possibility that my skill set could be used towards a nonprofit in which I would pay myself and it would assist me and because I do like to help other people. That's not it's not as if, most people don't, I guess, like to help people, but I'm just curious.
I would say if you're already in a bad position, starting a nonprofit is not the best idea just because it takes the money to get there. But and there's always ways of getting that money back and all this other stuff. But like that, to get it sounds like you need immediate help, and that is nothing in nonprofit world is fast. So I mean, you can expedite things, but you can't really make things move. If you need a grant today, you should have been asking a year ago. So those are. I mean, I'm not sure that, I'm saying that I don't think that's a great route. Now, I mean, if you know something I don't, or if you have a better plan, maybe yours a special case. I just don't want to say no to you, but I don't think that that's a great idea just because it takes money to get there. So
Okay.
I would go to all like Habitat Humanity, Salvation Army and stuff like that. They have funds to help people who are need to get out of jams. Like if you have electricity, there we go. Electricity bill like hike or something like that, they'll help you get that bill down. Stuff like that. There's Lime Heap and there's like stuff like that. But I mean, we'd have to just start addressing your issues one at a time.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Well, my furnace died a few weeks ago, and I've been living on space heaters.
Gee,
I'm in IT. I'm a database developer.
fun,
I make good money when I make money. But like I
right?
said, this past year, I know one of my daughters, she's like, "But mom, you're poor today." And I said, "Well, you're not wrong." Um, but it's been a year, and I've worked 3 months this past year, and I've gone through all of my savings and everything. My mother was like, "Well,
Can I
maybe you need to
interject for a moment
downsize."
here?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm sorry, Karen, that you're going through all that. Again, I'm in your position here. I'm new, but I know that this talk is going to be more about the nonprofit stuff. So the personal issues that you're having would probably be better to maybe talk to Megan or someone on the side about that if you could. So I do want to chime in about the nonprofit stuff if we can, though, Megan, as well, because this is
Yeah.
definitely going to be a really an amazing concept about having a nonprofit.
Well,
And there's multiple structures on the nonprofit where you've got public versus private, and I believe that what I've learned here about this is going to be mostly about the public nonprofits, which are going to be incredibly important. You got the 501c3. These 501c3 organizations are going to put them in the public and be able to go out and apply for grants. And it's a super valuable process that I'm hoping to. I have yet to accomplish the entire grant process here that you guys are doing, and that's why I'm
what?
here to really learn. So I've
Well,
structured a lot of private nonprofits, and that's really been my forte and how to do things. But the public sides of the nonprofits are, this is going to be exciting, and I imagine it could take a year. So maybe like in someone who's going through like a 911 emergency type of a situation like Karen, this could be really educational, but it's probably not
Right,
going
for
to be
future planning, but not for my process today. I understand
probably
that.
not going to help in a 911 situation, like
Right.
Megan mentioned. So just be
No,
mindful for that, and just yeah, it's good for planning though. You gotta look at both angles, the long term and then the short term that you're in.
well, any
So
knowledge learned is never knowledge lost. Like it's always
yeah,
Absolutely.
important.
So, Karen, let's
Thank
see.
you.
The next class that will be geared more towards what you're looking for is actually tonight a little bit with Megan, but really tomorrow is going to be at 4:00 p.m. Eastern, 3:00 p.m. Central, 2:00 p.m. Mountain, and 1:00 p.m. Eastern is Q&A with Tony, and he handles the bill and debt space. So that's a really good place for you. I did find it, Megan. So I'm going to mute
Awesome.
everybody here. Oops, why
Thank
won't it
you
let
so much. So that's
go?
bill and rent.
There we go. Okay. Well, there's a pay my debt and bill space, and I can show you that really quickly before we start digging in. But I found it, and so let's jump right in. And so what you're looking for, Karen, to just start working on it right now today, all right, is in the grant workspaces collection. The very first step is the pay my debt and bill step, the very first space, I should say. Okay. Oh, right. And I can tag you as well, but I just wanted to move on to where we needed to be, where we should have been, gosh, a long time ago. Okay, so this is what we worked on last week, and I'm gonna have to find some way to better differentiate it in the list, but this is the one that we finalized last week. So now we have another checklist that we'll start working on once we complete the first checklist, showing you guys how Megan does all of these different things. And then today we're going to work on the third list that Megan has already started compiling out of her brain here, and to make sure that the way I took down the notes and then worked with Gemini to make sure that that fits what Megan actually said, I guess is how to say it, right? We're kind of doing this in pieces. All right, so this is the third list, and Gemini labeled it Strategic Partnerships and Advanced Funding. Do you like that so far, Megan?
I love it, actually.
Awesome.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, so you have a course checklist and action guide. This moves beyond basic registration into building the relationships, data, and assets required to secure sustainable funding. Step 1, establish partnerships. Funding often allows collaboration. You need a strategy for who you work with. Action, define your partnership goals. Are you looking for program partners to do the work with, or funding partners to pay for the work? Action, create a standard partnership agreement template. Step 2, map your stakeholders, the circle chart. Identify everyone in your orbit using Megan's circle chart method. Clients, who do you serve? Peers, who works in your space? And then I think you should flesh this out once I complete the list. Businesses, who has the funding? Serve, where can you volunteer to build goodwill? Connect, network, who are the connectors? And then if you want to just, that's very brief, right? So if you want to flesh that list out so everybody understands it a little bit better.
Yeah, still stakeholder mapping is a beast of its own. However, that is the crux of it, is the backbone of it, really is just, it is all the people that are affected by your organization, and even people who are negatively affected by your organization. Where are you going to have to do the extra work for partnerships and for to get on their good side? What are you going to, if you're doing a community development corporation, are you actually doing the work inside of your community and it's approved by your community, or does your community fight you every step of the way? Those are the things you need to know, who you affect, and that's kind of where you want to start, is how do you affect each kind of person. So like you have the client, peers, businesses, and then the people that you could be of service to, and the partnerships you want to build. These all don't have to be directly in relation location wise to you. I have people in my stakeholder maps that are across the country because my organization affects them. So there is, those are like your number 3s and 4s. So like you want to number them like by most importance. There's a whole system to it, but we'll get into that in a separate class because I feel like that's a whole class.
Well, that's what, once we get through finally the first checklist, then we'll work through the second and third checklist, and we'll give each step the time you think it needs.
Yeah. But that's the basis of it. It's like, it's kind of whatever your organization touches and affects, and how they affect, and if they are going to be a asset, or if they're going to be somebody you need to be aware of and cautious of, or you just need to know who they are, what role they're playing in your world. It's your world, you're just building it.
Wonderful. Any questions about that area? Because I feel like that's, like Megan said, a big piece. And so for quick understanding, we'll cover it more later. Any questions at this moment? And just go ahead and unmute yourself if you have a question. Okay. Step 3, update GuideStar Candid. If you created this in the previous phase, now is the time to optimize it for the Platinum Seal. Action, ensure your profile includes recent financial data and demographic info. Anything you want to add there, Megan?
No, the gold, your like most like community foundations will ask you to be at silver or better. So as long as you're at silver or more, you can be comfortable there for at least the first year until you get your first 990 in, and then that will elevate you. Once they'll collect that data anyways, you don't really have to do much, and you can just up that to gold with the 990. So it's really easy.
How I'd read that action then is that you're going to go in and check and make sure they have your stuff listed accurately, right?
Yeah, well, and upload whatever they don't have. Like, they're not going to have all your recent programs because you haven't put them in there. You are the designer of that profile.
Okay, thank you. Step 4, monitor Charity Navigator. Donors use this to vet you. Action, check your Encompass rating for smaller nonprofits, or your star rating for larger nonprofits would be my guess. Ensure your impact and results section is filled out.
Yeah. Do you want me to show mine real fast?
Yeah.
Because let me get there before I share my screen, because we know how my computer hates searching while I'm sharing my screen.
Hey, proaction, like preemptive action. That's what we want to call that.
Open. I feel like I'm at Mervin's. Okay. Merv. I want to log in.
We're going to go back to that just to look at it until your screen is ready. Right,
okay,
so
sorry.
No. Everybody remembers what we're going to be looking at. So that's the Charity Navigator. We'll be looking at Megan's star rating or Encompass rating, and the impact and results section is, I'm guessing, quite nicely filled out in her account. So that we can kind of look at this right before we go pop over to her.
I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen. Sorry. I don't know why I got lost somehow.
Okay, so you're ready? And so we're looking at the Charity Navigator.
I'm ready
to see about ratings.
Okay.
Did you find it?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So on Charity Navigator, I have a 4-star rating. And I don't know why I didn't fill that out, but I just didn't. Oh yeah, because I was resubmitting stuff. Okay, so does it tell me to resubmit my? Oh, it does say submit amended 990. I guess it does know what I'm doing. Okay, so imagine that. Nosy little brats. Okay. Anyways, you go in and you just fill these things out, and they're actually really detailed, but you need to. And I had filled this out prior to our program finishing, so I didn't finish the impact section. That's why I got 97 and not 100. But it's very, very detailed. I would show you, but I don't want to start my assessment because then I have to finish it. But yeah, we know how ADD people like to finish.
Let's just look at what it says here, right? Okay, so impact and measurement beacon. Typically 30 to 90 minutes to complete this beacon. This beacon includes 2 assessments. Measuring outcomes evaluates how a nonprofit plans its programs, collects data, and uses that data to strategically improve its programs. 2, impact assessment analyzes a program's achievements relative to its costs. Getting started, total score available 100. Sharing your practices gives donors the confidence that their contributions are supporting meaningful impact. Complete. Consult your executive or programs teams as needed. Invite them to assist by setting up an account. Review. Review responses with your team. Save and edit it until you're ready to submit. Submit. Once you've submitted, your information will be reflected on your rating page at the next rating update. The impact assessment is necessary for Encompass eligibility if you do not qualify through the Accountability and Finance Beacon, and that's where it loses me.
Well, well, why? Oh,
What does
because
that
of
mean?
the next to beacon.
Okay, they correlate.
Yeah. So it goes on. So yeah. So like if you go back to the dashboard, it's just the next beacon, the one that I still have to do. But I still have 4 stars, mind you.
Right.
So I feel
So
like I'm
maybe
doing
if
okay.
you get that one up to 100 and get a good grade on Accountability and Finance, you might. Can you go up, or is there a
No.
5-star? 4-star
Nope.
is it?
I
Well,
am at the top,
congratulations,
ma'am. I cannot go higher.
That's wonderful.
I can go higher. I can get to be 100.
By 3 points and 100 finish that section, but not on the stars. Gotcha.
Right.
All right.
So this is how you set this up, and it is extensive, like how it said 60 to 90 minutes. It literally about that. It's an investment in time. So just do it though, because it's worth it. Because I've gotten more donations from and not only donations, but I literally just finished a grant application prior to getting on this call that asked for my charity navigator and my candid profile. So they look at that.
Gotcha.
So I'm just that's where we are on that. Does anyone have any questions regarding this? And you will not do this until you're at least a couple months in. Like I didn't do this until I was like 6 months in for Birth Mom Buddies. I still haven't done it for EKCCF because I haven't had time.
Oh my gosh, these days, I swear they managed to steal hours out of the day somewhere somehow because it just goes by.
I'm telling you. I
All
feel
right. So that is step 4 here. That's what we were just working through, is all the different sections that you'll need to be aware of within your Charity Navigator account. Step 5, register with Policy Commons. Action. If your nonprofit deals with research, policy, or advocacy, ensure you are listed here to be visible to academic and government funders. And so I don't necessarily go with research, policy, advocacy. It could be, it's not the main parameter, but I definitely have things that could be beneficial to people in academia. Like, so would I do that or would I not do that?
I would just, because you never know when you're going to need to. Like I didn't go in Birth Mom Buddies for policy, but yet that's where I'm at, you know?
Well, I think it could influence policy, right?
No, I mean, now it has to. That's all we're doing. We stopped most of our services and are just focusing on policy change now. So, I mean, that wasn't why I went into it in the first place. I was just there to help people, you know?
Yeah, because that's what you do all day, every day, and why you go a little crazy every day.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Step 6, gather data, online resources. You must prove the need exists. Use these specific resources to build your case. Philanthropic resources, Carnegie Corporation of New York. Social determinants of health, Healthy People 2030. State health disparities, search your state's Department of Public Health, e.g. California Office of Health Equity. Ergo, I think example would probably be better, don't you?
Yeah, I think we should show each one. Just because
of the different states.
No. I'm saying on like each one, like the philanthropy one. There's like so many resources in that one little.
Okay. So do you want to add some more in then?
No, I'm just saying, no, this one that you have, the Carnegie Corporation of New York. If you click on that and show like that is an extensive amount of resources.
Let me just fix this right here though, because I think people are more understanding of example than ergo. Right? Doesn't that make more sense to more people, I think?
I didn't even know what EG stood for. Now I do, but I knew that EG was also example. I just didn't know what I'd never realized it was ergo or whatever.
Ergo, yeah. Pretty old fashioned word. All right,
noted.
So let's go ahead and save that, and then we will pop into that website. Should we click on grants?
Nope, just scroll down.
Okay.
So, I just did a podcast with them. How funny. Okay.
Oh, nice.
All of these are are useful. Every single one of them, all the way down, except for, I mean, East Africa, that may not be. But there's literally wherever you are trying to do, this is the candid, this is GuideStar, this is Independent Sector, National Science Foundation. These are all things that you will use if you are doing any type of research or educational work. Worldwide initiatives for grant maker support, that actually helps, like how I have the community foundation, that is actually very, very helpful. I've used them before. So, and then Network for Good is also extremely great with tools. I suggest everybody go to that. If you have a nonprofit, you should just check it out. If it's something you don't need, then you don't need it. But if you need it, it's there. And they have tons of training and certifications and stuff like that. So I think it's awesome.
You have trouble with that word too. It's certifications. I just certifications and consulting. Those words do not work with my tongue.
What did I say?
The way I do it when I don't say it right. It's like,
wait, so it's certifications, or I don't even understand the difference of what I'm saying and what you're saying.
Okay. Did anybody say grammar Nazi? I might have said that somewhere sometime of myself. Okay. So that's wonderful. Did you want us to look at anything else here?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
But I would like to know how to say certifications correctly. Is that right?
That is, you got it. Yep. Okay, yep.
Done.
You were making me feel good though, because I screw that up. I'm trying to become a garden consultant and I keep, like, the word consulting is so hard for my tongue. I don't know why. Okay. And then you might want to explain a little bit about what social determinants of health are, because I'm still not completely.
If you want to click on it, I can better explain it and show it. I was trying to click on your screen. It wasn't working out. So, okay, I'll scroll down just a teeny bit so I can show this. Okay, so these are the social determinants of health. It is categorized into five sections, and it is like neighborhood, economic stability, and each one of those affect people's health functioning and health ranges. Like if you are homeless, you'll have more issues with your health than if you had a home and were provided, a stable place to live every night. Mental health, physical health, all of the above. So there's different contexts in which this affects, but when you're citing for your grant proposals and you're going into reasoning of your statement of need, you want to be able to go to something that has all that access, right? If you're writing, something you would not use this for, like the grant applications that are dealing with like sponsorships or grant applications, I'm going to preface with, because if you're going after some type of food company or something, that's like, you're not going to go and ever to quote these things. So you need to know who your audience is first before you start jumping into this. But this is an awesome resource if you want to are proving a point to how your program is going to better improve everybody's health across the board. You find your facts here.
Okay, so as far as the Collectively Rewilding Foundation, where we're Collectively Rewilding gives away the free memberships because of the foundation, and we're focusing on urban and suburban citizens that don't have a lot of access to or understanding of nature and agriculture. Could that fit into a couple of these categories?
Yeah, click on them and see. That's a perfect example.
Well, I wouldn't think economic stability.
On the social one, on the social and community one.
Okay. And then I'm going to click it. I'm going to right click it and open link in new tab, guys, so I don't lose my place. That's a skill set I used to teach with you guys all the time, and it's really useful. Okay, so this is the last tab because it's 5, and Megan's saying this is the best one for me to check out. So
just because it's healthy people in action. That is, I would go to evidence-based resources. Overview and objective. So like you can find all your actual context for so anxiety and screenings. There's different things that you can use this stuff for. It just depends on how you have I believe that your collective rewilding would definitely fit into most of this. The food,
gardening helps all health conditions.
Over all of that, just especially mental health, mental disorders. I would think foodborne illnesses, that would help solve some of those issues. Knowing how you're actually growing the stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you have all of that, all of this stuff is kind of,
unless somebody is no longer capable of mobility at all, they can't even move their arms or things like that, and even then if they put their bare feet on soil, it's healthy. So it's for everybody.
Right. Well, and what you produce from that garden is going to help everybody regardless if they can move or not,
Mm-hmm.
So whoever is affected, whoever's receiving the product from that is also.
Well, yes, because what we're going to do, I'm going to approach somebody to pay for the second. I have 4 raised beds that are going to go into the back, and we can afford the first one. And we want somebody to pay for the second one. And then all of the fruits and vegetables that come off of that will be donated to the schools, to the churches, to the food bank, to all, like, we won't eat any of that. I mean, yeah, if something's going to go bad, if we don't eat it like right that minute, we might pop that strawberry in our mouth. But no, that food and vegetable content will go to the community at large where it's needed. Okay, so did you want to go back to this, or do you want to go back to the list?
I mean, no, that's just yeah, you can go to economic stability now, and then, I mean, however you want to. Yeah, I just want to give you examples of like what you would use that for.
On step 6, I think we could go and look at another 1 or 2 of them for sure. Okay, so economic stability and evidence-based resources.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even healthy people in action, actually.
Okay.
2-generation approaches. So I know I use this for my guaranteed income because everybody thinks that guaranteed income does not affect your health in general, but if people are less stressed out about having to get to work every single day, they might go to the doctor when they need to.
Yeah.
Being able to take that one day off to go to an appointment is key. So I mean, I have that grant writing mind of I can tie anything back to wherever you need me to, in most cases. So I mean, I just want to make this as easy for you guys to understand, to be able to start doing that on your own. But if you ever need assistance with that, let me know, because I can usually tie it back to something.
Right. I think the garden can be tied back to everything. So.
It can. It can. The only thing I have had a really hard time with was the barefoot gentleman. That was hard. That was
What was it?
The barefoot guy that
he did come to some of your classes. He's a hard gentleman to work with, right? Like,
no, just in general that concept is hard to tie all that back to everything we know about health. I was like, wait.
Well, I mean, I guess because people don't understand that, like, I'm in barefoot shoes right now, and I can't wear regular shoes anymore because they'll hurt my feet, because these are so much better for my feet that going back would be like, So, and then Maricela, am I pronouncing that right? Has her hand raised?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, she just raised it. And you can unmute, Maricela. Let me ask you to unmute there. Oh, you're unmuted. Are you trying to talk? We can't hear you. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, so you can try going out and coming back in, like leaving class and coming back in the way that you came. That fixes it for a lot of people. Or
you said trying to talk.
Oh, say it again.
She said trying to talk.
In the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can put your question in the chat and we can work it that way. And you can also try going out and coming back in to have your microphone work. And so let's check that out. Okay, sorry, I'll try. Do not worry about it at all, my dear. It's something that happens to all of us occasionally.
It happens to me all the time when I'm hosting.
All right, and so we'll wait for her to either pop something into the chat or try coming in and out again. Okay. All right, and so here we are while we're waiting for Maricela to figure out how she would like to do that. We have the state health disparities. Search your state's Department of Public Health. And so do you want to pull this one up as well?
Yeah, just because. I mean, I like it.
Let me just X out of these.
I love these lists. It's because I made them or helped make them. I just like them. They're fun. I'm like, oh yeah, I do use this. Okay, so you can go ahead and use this as like you would use it for yourself. For like if you went on to do it for the first time and I just said to go to it, what would you do? I'm looking for it.
Programs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Whatever you want to do, but this is the thing is there's everything in here, so you could really go each direction with it.
I am looking for
boards and advisory committees. So you're going to get statistics of like the public health testimonies. Oof, I would love to see that. Public health for all. There's all kinds of different ways to go through these things, right? So you can get information about pretty much anything in here.
And so what would you be looking for?
I would be like, perfectly like, mine would be, I would look for how things go back to like stress. I would go into mental health if there was mental health section, and see what like personal health and prevention. Yeah, mental health. I'd be going in here and just kind of seeing what our statistics are. So like if you go into health equity resources, you can see.
Is that what you want me to pull up then?
No, that right here on the side, it's health equity resources.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we want to see what our demographic, like what is our opportunities to address growing absence of imagination brief, immigration brief. Okay, I can't read. It's fine. Don't mind me, guys. Can't read here. Okay, yeah, no, go back. The one you were gonna click on was probably better. Because it gives you graphs. It gives you all kinds of stuff that you can use in your demographic. Yeah, there we go. It's so they'll tell you where we're at as a state. And so if this will tell you their goals as what they want to try and do. And so you'll be able to restate their goals back to them in their language, saying, hey, we're just helping California State reach its goals of da 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 da, whatever the goal is. So like if you go right, so these are the goals for each thing. So wage, wealth and income disparities, food insecurity, child development. This is all leading back to mental health, right? So you can go through all this and just restate the goal that they want in their words. Like I've literally copy and pasted their words into my applications. So because they love to hear themselves talk too.
Right? We all do. We do. It's a human nature type of a trait for a good number of people. All right. So shall we go out of this?
Yep.
Okay.
But I mean, did that help you understand a little bit better why would you use it?
I mean, yes and no. It's just one of those things that in the end you sort of have to just believe the people that you're letting mentor you and do it, and then you'll start gaining understanding, experience, and confidence, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I also like to read things. So I'll take the transcript from today's class. This is a new thing that I've started doing, and put it into Gemini or ChatGPT, and then it'll summarize it. And then I can really start to intake it when I can read it on a piece of paper, right? And so I encourage you all to do things like that. Okay, and so then next we have economic disparity, which that's what we've basically been talking about a little bit, right?
Yep.
And so that's another index, another resource for demographics, but we're getting a little shy on time, so let's go ahead and run through the class.
Yeah, skip it.
Step 7 is budgeting and financials. Action: create a master operating budget. Overhead admin. Action: create program-specific budgets, restricted funds. Myself, personally, I think we could probably make at least 2 classes out of this particular.
I could do a whole cohort of just budgets, but like, okay, so you're going to have
great.
numerous budgets in your life, in your nonprofit span. So like you're going to have your sponsorship budgets, you're going to have your marketing budgets, like you're going to have a budget like a real business, as well as budgets that are funder friendly and that are back end budgets. You know what I'm saying? Like
not totally, but I get it kind of.
Yeah, some are for federal, like you're going to have budgets that you're going to, they're outlooks, right? They're what you want to achieve. What actually happens is sometimes not cohesive with that. So you really need to make sure that you're flexible and unflexible with some of the things. It's the whole, it is a whole class. I can't even explain it quickly.
Yeah. So at least
I have 7 budgets. Let me just put it that way. I have 7 budgets and 3 programs. So
maybe even more than 2 classes, but we'll start at the basic beginning and say a minimum of 2 classes for step 7. Step 8, governing documents. 1 is your bylaws, ensure they are up to date and signed. And 2, your MOUs or memorandums of understanding. Draft memorandums of understanding for the partnerships identified in step 1. And so that's when you would go back up here, remember, and in step 1, we were establishing partnerships, and we talked about the, we didn't talk about this one really at all. We just talked about the stakeholders. So, okay.
Partnerships is another whole class on its own, because
yes,
partnerships is not, you're not going to meet, you're not going to get what you need out of grants if you don't have partnerships.
Okay. Step 9 are grant lists and lessons. Understand the landscape before applying. Nonprofit versus for-profit grants. Know the difference. Tax-exempt mission versus economic development. Where to find nonprofit grants. Grant Station, grants.gov, Foundation Directory online. Sponsorship versus grant. Sponsorship, marketing dollars. They want logo placement and audience eyeballs. Grant, philanthropic dollars. They want social impact and outcomes. Funding scope. Sponsorships fund events, t-shirts, galas, media. Grants fund salaries, rent, direct program costs, supplies.
Wait. Okay. Real fast on the sponsorships. I wouldn't say event because like I'm looking for somebody to sponsor a room inside of the new building that we're going after. So like to name the room and that they're sponsoring that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that they're going to be responsible for upkeep of that room and such. So there's like you can do all kinds of things with sponsorships. That's really limited.
Okay.
I want people to use their imaginations because you can really get a sponsorship for anything you can think of.
So this is where I'd want to go for the raised bed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do you want to add?
I don't know.
And anything you can, just about anything you can imagine, or
yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but just remember you're asking a marketing department. So whatever marketing dollars that they have to spend, and that is usually public information, just FYI. You can do your recon and research like that.
Does that look good?
Yeah. I like it.
Okay, and then grants fund, you're fine with that part?
Marcella's questions in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I have a utilities company that I need help with. It is a nonprofit, but is registered as a for-profit business. Need help with a nonprofit ASAP, help with funding and infrastructure for a mobile home park in Cortez, Colorado with 68 low-income families and families in need. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
from
definitely need you
Cortez,
to.
Maricela, so let me privately message you. How do I do that? And give you my email as a start. And have you talked to the Pinion Project?
I keep looking on your screen for my answers. It's not working out.
I can stop the share. I'm not needing to do anything while she and I are talking if you'd like to share something. And so, okay. So I'm going to take your number there, Maricela, and then I'm going to delete it out of the chat though, because we don't want to leave it out there. It's just not a good idea. So I'm going to delete that for you, but I got it there and I will put you into my phone. And then Megan, if you want to talk about whatever you would like to talk about, you were wanting to take over the screen, it sounded like.
No, I didn't want, I kept trying to scroll on your screen, which wasn't working out.
Okay. Let me start my share and then you just tell me where you need me to sit at. Okay.
No, okay, yeah, I'm good. I can because I want to talk about the something that I've come to the conclusion of from doing this with you guys and with my other clients is I have come to the conclusion that it is a systems issue of why people are having such a hard time with grants and grant funding. And yes, this landscape has also changed. There's that. So I just want to say, if you're doing a nonprofit now, their strategy is more important than getting all the other things in place. Your strategy of what needs to happen in sequence of what, right? So these lists are like kind of your cheat sheets really to starting your nonprofit and to doing things the correct way and setting yourself up to be fundable in the first place. I've come across like 4 organizations in the last week that are already going after a grant, and if they're looking for one grant, it's like no, you need to be going after grants and grant stacking. So there's like a whole side of that is extremely important to understand, but you can't do any of that without first moving through those partnerships and those MOUs and getting all these things in place and making sure that you are set up to be fundable, because without that you're going to miss the mark completely and you're going to get 1 or 2 off grants and then you're going to stall out and get frustrated and feel like it's just not working out. So please listen when we say just do it in sequence, because it's the strategy and your sequence of events that is screwing things up. I think that's what I mean. I learned this all the hard way. So trust me, I struggled for 2 or 3 years. I fully feel that. But once I found out my partnership strategy and my actual sustainability strategies, everything else kind of fell into place without me trying. So that's all. Well,
Oh, they did stop helping. Pinion Project stop helping people, Maricela?
that's what she's saying.
Oh no, that's awful. I wonder why. It's horrible. Okay, I got your email and I deleted it just so that it's not out there, but okay. Okay, that's not good. I'm definitely able to help you with that, and we can also just help you here in Let's Go Help Too and all that good stuff. And so that's the one partnership I know of to recommend in that area right off the bat. So that's unfortunate. Um, did you want to keep talking about a secondary topic, or do you want to jump back into the list? Where should we go?
I just was explaining the importance of these lists. I
Oh
feel
yes,
like.
absolutely. That's why we're going through this, to make sure it's set up the way that you need it to be, right?
Oh my God, I still haven't done the calendar. I'm so sorry, you guys. Haven't done the calendar yet. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry.
Well, we're not going to have time to go over it today, right? But this will
Great.
be another
Yeah,
lesson.
because I haven't
And if
done
you
it. So
want,
it's perfect.
you can do that tonight in your class later on, if that's what you'd like. That just gives you your material for tonight's class. Bam. Yes,
Yeah,
no, maybe so.
maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
Because I have to create it. I still have to make it. That's why I have to redo all
Oh,
the
okay.
numbers. I don't really, I have to go take care of cats in between time.
I understand. She is constantly, literally bombarded with cats. People just drop cats off at her property, guys. So,
We just had somebody dropped 4 sick ones off, and then they all died last night. And I was like,
oh, honey, I'm so
it
sorry.
was
But
so
they
annoying.
didn't
I'm
get
like,
any of the
you guys,
others sick, did they?
no, I put them in ISO immediately, but like, it's like I'm doing the booties on my shoes thing. It's like, it's so much work right now.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
It's
Okay,
just
step
fine.
10.
What we
Well,
signed up
it's
for.
not, but I know you're continuing to try to make it better and better. So that's all you can do. Step 10, in-kind giving strategy. Action. Identify what you need that isn't cash. Computers, office space, legal advice. Action. Create a standard receipt for in-kind donations. So I feel like that needs to be fleshed out more, because that's not very clear, really.
I told you this dish was actually healthy. Let's be real.
Let's be real. Okay, so in-kind giving strategies are, you want to, again, sometimes you'll be talking to marketing departments, sometimes you're talking to this is another form of sponsorship or grants. Like Google ad grants are called Google ad grants, yet they are just, you get $10,000 worth of ads from Google. That is their in-kind giving strategy. There is a Human IT. They have an in-kind giving strategy where they will discount their nonprofit clients. They'll discount everything drastically. Same with Goods 360. You'll start. So those are all things that are in-kind giving. They're not really money. They're not financial. They are items. So, wait, does that make sense? Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like I could go into a lot more of that, but I don't. That would be another conversation. So.
And it will be, because we'll have it to cover here. Okay. Step 11, the 2026 grant calendar. Action. Create a 12-month timeline. Action. Plot the release dates for local, winter, state, fall, federal, summer, and corporate January opportunities. Is that good? Didn't you say that one of them was twice?
Yeah, no, yeah, because you're gonna have your banking portals open in February and in September.
So they didn't
I would
put dates
I would
on
leave
here.
out that kind of that I would just say go through the calendar and map your, because that's almost a little bit confusing. Because they're gonna release, but you don't really care about. I mean, yes, you care about release dates, but you really are more concerned with the deadlines. You know.
But you can't know the deadline until they release it a lot of times, right?
True. Well, no, a lot of them are predictable, but yeah, you're gonna know like when's the end of the fiscal year, when's the end of the actual year, when's, you know. But yeah, they're different, and then they're different every year. So I don't know. I like it, but I think it's so much detail it might confuse people. It's just a good, the grant calendar, the 12-month timeline, the one that I have going, that it tells you exactly what to go after, when, which month, like what you need to be looking out for. We'll put it in there when I make it up to date.
There's no hard rule
Yeah,
there's no hard rule for this, but this is a good way to start creating your grant calendar. How does that sound?
perfect. And if you do that, if you start your grant strategy at the beginning of the year, then you're more inclined to actually meet your deadlines. That's statistics say. Oh, your
12.
perspective.
Create a prospectus. Look, you can't have that kind of an energy when you're saying the words, or we're all going to be terrified over here, okay?
The prospectuses are I can't even tell you. You making a prospectus was the best thing I've ever done in my life because it makes it so much easier to explain what you're doing. Give somebody a one pager, it just creates everything for them right then and there, and you don't have to think about it every time. It's so much easier. It makes your elevator pitchy. So much better. It just takes a second to come up with, but they're great. Once you have it, it's great.
Create a prospectus. Stop asking for money and start selling opportunities. Why you need one. It gives professional donors a menu of options. Action. Design a one-pager that lists specific giving levels and what they achieve. E.g.
That's not, wait. That's not a prospectus. A prospectus is an outline of who, what, where, when, why of what you're doing with your projects. Like here, I'll give you an example of my prospectus. I have it. Just right
outline
here.
Of who, what, where, when, why of what?
Of your nonprofit, like what your program is doing. So I'll show you. I actually know where mine is in my computer and everything. All right, so here's this. No, actually, I can just put the, oh no, I'll give you guys that later. I was gonna say I can put the prospectus template I have in there. All right, so I'm sharing my screen real fast. So this is my screen two. All right. Actually. Load faster. Okay. All right. So this is the prospectus, right? It's who we are, the problem we solve, why it matters. That should come down a level. The funding needed, and how we measure our success, sustainability plan, and that's it. And it's very streamlined.
With your contact information at the very bottom.
Yeah. So you can actually hand this out if you need be. Like usually I have this on my whatever it's called. What's it called? Letterhead. Jeez Louise. But I didn't do that this time. So I have all of these, like I have 2 different ones on here because like my back program, we're inviting clean energy into the back program to see if we can attract more research type funders. So we are adding the clean energy vehicle upgrades with the California Clean Vehicle Rebate Program. But that hasn't been finalized, so that's why I still have 2 versions here. So
all right. Well, then let's jump back in. We have just a couple more items to read. Did you need to say something important about this before we? Okay.
No, but that's what a prospectus is. That's just gives you an overview of everything that's important.
That's wonderful. Thank you. And it should itemize that for us when I do the Gemini breakdown of the class. So it will be there in print for everyone as well. All right. And so jumping back in, we need to change this. So outline of who, what, where, when, and why of what your nonprofit of the, I'll just take this and make it like this and put it in red so I know that I have to work on that one so that we can move on. Okay, so let's go over. No, we'll just keep reading it here. Okay, step 13. Media. Oh, do I want to take these other 2 away, or do we just make it?
Because that's a sponsorship. What you're talking about right here, why you need one, is that's for sponsors.
Okay, so what would be an action then?
An action would be to identify all those things. The who, like break it down to identify your who, your sustainability plan, get everything on one page, and so it's cohesive. And this honestly should be just one page. Mine just runs long because I'm long-winded. But if I were to turn that into a funder, I would definitely put it into one page.
Your sustainability what?
Sustainability plan. After initial funding, like how are you going to continue on this program?
So I'm going to just make this all red. And then once I get the transcript polished, then I'll go in and I should hopefully be able to put something a little bit better right here. Okay, so then step 13, media outreach strategies. Action, build a press list of local journalists who cover your topic. Action, draft a template press release for when you win your first grant.
You don't need to do that until after you win your first. I mean, I would do that. I would just have a press release, like a grant winning press release done and a sponsorship thank you press release done prior to ever getting a grant or whatever. Just have it done so it's already over with, and that way everything's consistent. You can look for it in your social media. But yeah, build a press list of local journalists. Yes, and like if
What do
you
you want
are
me to
doing.
change this here, the drafted template? What do you want that to say instead?
No, I would just say, I think that that's not like an important action. It's something they can have done in the background, but I mean, it's a good step. Like, I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Final check. Do you have your stakeholder circle filled out? Are your data sources bookmarked for your next proposal? Do you understand the difference between what a sponsor funds versus a grant? Is your 2026 calendar ready?
My
like
calendar is not even ready. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, so I will try to get back in here and fix this as quickly as possible. And it looks like our 3 lists are good so far.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yay, team.
Let's jump over here and check out our calendar for
All right, and then I have a community member that's asking for help right now, so I have to skedaddle for a second after this.
Okay. Well, we'll see you later this evening, my dear.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Megan.
What time are they supposed to be here? I forget.
You will be here for that one at
Thanks for telling me what
5 o'clock your time, my dear.
Thank you. Thanks.
Then I'll tell everybody right now. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for putting up with us. This is a little bit haphazard. Personal and business is just going crazy these days. So thank you for bearing with us. Miss Megan will be with you again today for the grant application workshop, and that will be at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain, 7 o'clock p.m. Central, and 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And I will be back with you this Tuesday for, I might have 2 that day. I have to get this part figured out. Tuesdays, no, not yet. Okay, I might take that one back over, but we're not there yet. So I know I will be back with you this Tuesday, January 6th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 Mountain, 6:30 Central, and 7:30 Eastern. Hope to see you all there and all the wonderful classes in between. Please feel free to unmute and say goodnight, everyone.
On the flip side.
Good
night. Thank you.
See you guys later.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
guys. So nice to meet a Cortesian. Bye,
Eric, I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Yes,
Bye,
we will.
Barbara.
Bye, guys.